Hello everyone, my name is Amin and I will be your online English teacher. So we have prepared for you a set of activities that we hope is beneficial. So before we start our tasks or activities, I have a very important announcement to make. So إليكم الآن التعليمات الواجب اتباعها عند مشاهدة هذا التسجيل. أولاً، عندما أقدم لكم التمرين من الضروري أن تضغطوا على زر pause لتوقيف الفيديو، وبعد الانتهاء من حل التمرين واصل المشاهدة بالضغط على زر play. ملاحظة هامة: عند توقيف الفيديو في تمرين ما يمكنكم الرجوع إلى الكراس أو الكتاب لمراجعة الدرس. أيضا يمكنكم استعمال قاموس أو تطبيق هاتفي للبحث عن معنى الكلمة. Now, let's start our tasks together. Lesson number 1. Task number 1. What do the following pictures represent? So look at these pictures. What do they represent? Look at them. I'm sure you have an idea about it. I'm sure you know it actually. So yeah, you are right. These pictures represent ancient civilizations. Actually, each picture represents a certain civilization. Okay. All right, well done. So activity number 2. Reorder the following letters to name those civilizations. So here you have 4 names of different civilizations. The letters are scrambled, so you have to order them. Okay? All right? It should not be difficult for you. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier at the beginning of the video, you gotta pause here, think about it, do the activity, and come back. Okay, so see you in a few. All right, now let's check your answers. So the first one is, yeah, Sumerian. That's right. Number 2. Number 2 is Chinese civilization. Number 3 is ancient Egyptian civilization. And finally, number 4 is the ancient Greek. All right, well done. Let's go to the next activity or next task. Now let's see task number 3. Choose the correct words A, B, or C to complete the following sentences. Okay, so you have here 3 options, A, B, or C, for each of the sentences. Okay, for example, the first one. The civilization is the oldest civilization. So is it option A, Egyptian, option B, Sumerian, or option C, Chinese? Okay, think about it. The most ancient civilizations fell into ruins because of what? Is it option A, earthquakes? You know earthquake? Yeah, earthquakes, okay. Option B, floods, or option C, wars. All right, think about it, okay? Now let's go to sentence number 3. So most of the ancient civilization rose, they developed. Is it option A, along rivers, option B, in mountains, or option C, near forests? Okay. Number 4, ancient civilizations relied a lot on, they relied on what? Is it option A, seawater, option B, woods, or option C, agriculture? It's a tricky one. Okay, you gotta think this through, okay? Number 5, the world has known around civilization. So how many? Is it option A, 27, option B, 5, or option C, 300? All right, so like usual, I will give you a couple of seconds, okay? Pause the video and I'll see you in a bit. Now, let's check your answers. So number one, the Sumerian civilization is the oldest civilization. Like it's the earliest one. Is the oldest one. Is the first civilization ever. Okay, good job. Now, number two, most ancient civilizations fell into ruins because of what? Because of wars. Wars, because in wars a lot of people die. Okay, and it may cause the ruin of civilizations. Okay, now let's go see number three. So most of the ancient civilization rose. Is it option A along rivers, option B in mountains, or near the forest? You are right, along rivers. Why? Because rivers give us water. Okay, it's one of the most essential elements for civilization to thrive and prosper. Okay, let's go to number four. Ancient civilizations relied a lot on, is it option A, seawater, option B, wood, or finally option C, agriculture? Of course, it's agriculture. Why? Because it gives them food. Okay, food. Now, number five, the world has known around how many civilizations? Yeah, it's 27 civilizations. Okay, all right. Now, let's go to the next task. So here you have task number four. Choose the correct article, a, an, the, or no article to fill in the gaps. Okay, so here you have a short paragraph or like maybe two long sentences where you have to choose which article fits best. Is it a, an, the, or no article? I'm going to read. So, ancient Egyptians depended a lot on Nile River. Thanks to it, oasis was created. River also provided water for drinking and farming, which ensured farmers good crop production. So goes either to a and the or no article. No article. Is it okay? So take your time, pause the video, and I'll see you in a bit. Now let's check your answers. So the ancient Egyptians depended a lot on the Nile River. Thanks to it, an oasis was created. The Nile River provided water for drinking and farming, which ensured farmers a good crop production. Okay, now let's see why we have chose these specific articles. Now, let's see why we have chosen the an or no article. Let's go to the first one. So the ancient Egyptians. Why have we put the here? Because ancient Egyptians is well known in history. We know about it. So when we know about the word or the word, we put the. Okay? The same goes for the Nile River. We know about it. Okay? Now, let's go to the second one. Thanks to it, an oasis was created. So we put an because we know nothing about it. It's just an oasis. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go to the here. The same thing. The river because we spoke about that particular river, the Nile River. Is that okay? Now, why haven't we put anything here? Why there is no article here? Because water, actually it's because of two things. First of all, it's an uncountable noun. Okay, we cannot count it. This is the first thing. And number two, we know nothing about it. Does it make sense? All right. Now, the last one is, or before the last, sorry. So we have here again the same thing. We have no article. Why? Because that word is in plural form. Okay, when it is in plural form, we do not put an article. We say a farmer, for example, if it's one singular. But here it's plural, so we don't put anything. And the last one is the same. Is it okay now? All right, great. Let's move on. Task number 5. Fill in each gap with one of the following expressions. The first one is had to, if so that's, used to, we're thinking of, and then finally we have was able to. They have 5 options here. Okay, so from these 5 options, you have to choose only 3. Why? Because we have only 3 gaps. You got to be careful here. All right. So I'll read. Many ancient Greeks, the farmers, they cultivated grains, vines, and olives. Since there was too little good farming land in Greece, many ancient Greeks start sea trading. They transport many goods to other places in the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, all right. So let me remind you of something here. In case you are not sure or you forgot, okay, what you did with your teacher, you can go back to your copybook, your lessons, or the book if you want. Okay, you're free. The second thing is that you're always welcome to use a dictionary if there is like a word or two that you do not really understand. Okay, sure. All right. So as usual, I'll give you like a couple of minutes to think about it. Pause the video, and I see you in a bit. Okay, now let's check your answers. All right. So many ancient Greeks be farmers. What's the answer? Yeah, used to. Okay, many ancient Greeks used to be farmers. It means they had the ancient habits of being farmers. All right? Past habits, remember, used to. All right. They cultivated grains, vines, and olives. Since there was too little good farming lands in Greece, many Greeks start sea trading. Many ancient Greeks, what? Yeah, had to. They were forced to. They were obliged to start sea trading. Okay? Remember, had to, past obligation. All right. They transport many goods to other places in the Mediterranean Sea. They, sorry, they were able to, okay, they were able to transport many goods to other places in the Mediterranean Sea. So were able to, it means they had the ability to, okay, a past ability, okay, to transport many goods. Careful here, good is not good, okay? Good it means here merchandise. Okay, all right, well done, guys. Let's move on. So now that we have finished the activity, I want to draw your attention on something really important. So I want to ask you this question. What does these models express? What do they refer to? So used to. Many ancient Greeks used to be farmers. So used to. Yeah, used to refers to a past habit. It means that many ancient Greeks had the habits to be farmers. Okay, all right. Number 2, let's go to had to. Greeks had to, they had to start sea trading. So what does it refer to? What does it express? Had to refers to a past obligation. They were obliged, okay? They were forced to start sea trading, okay? The last one, they were able to transport many goods. They were able to, what does it express? Yeah, absolutely. It is a past ability, okay? Wonderful. That's great. Okay, so let's move on. Task number 6. We write sentence B so that it means the same as sentence A. Okay, so the first one, Greeks had the past habit to farm lands. So you should start the second sentence B with Greeks, but make some modifications here. All right? The thing is, you need to have the same meaning, okay? The sentence needs to convey the same meaning, okay? Second sentence. This past society was obliged to start trading. You remember? Was obliged to. Does it ring any bells? Okay, number 3. This civilization had the ability to make many achievements. Okay, again, you should start the sentence with this civilization. Okay, and of course, you should modify something. So I'll give you a few minutes to think about it, and I'll see you after. Now, let's check your answers. So, the first one. So we had, if you remember, Greeks had the habit to farm lands. So B, Greeks used to farm lands, okay? So we replace what's had the past habit to with used to. All right, remember, because used to expresses or refer to a past habit. Okay, all right, great. Number 2. So we have this past society was obliged to begin sea trading, right? Okay. So if you remember, you should start the sentence with this past society, and it becomes this past society had to begin sea trading. Okay. All right. So what did we do here? We replaced was obliged to with had to. Okay. Why? Because it is a past obligation. They were forced to. They were obliged to. Okay, well done. Number 3. So this civilization had the ability to make many achievements. Okay, so and sentence B becomes, yeah, this civilization was able to make many achievements. So we replaced had the ability to with was able to, because had the ability to refers to, a past ability. Remember, we've seen it before. All right. Okay, so we have come to the end of this lesson. I hope you learned a lot of things. So good job, and see you in the next one.
شكرا على المشاهدة. لا تنسوا الاشتراك في القناة، الضغط على الجرس، الإعجاب بالفيديو.